Hello and welcome to Ballon TV. It's week 6. It's going to be a bit different today. We're going to be reviewing the top 6, but also our main topic is going to be United and what is happening at United, which means one thing. Someone's back.
Yes.
Guess who's back? He's back again. At the wrong time. When he was away, United were killing it. He comes back, United are stacking it.
When were United? United were never killing it this season, man. we were never killing it this season. Oh, mate, it's not been fun, to be honest with you. It's not been fun. Yeah,
we'll get into that later. We'll just quickly do a quick review of the top 6. Starting off, Liverpool v Southampton. Routine 3-0 win for Liverpool. Could have been 6, 7. Salah looks sharp. Says it all really about Southampton. Alisson didn't make a save until the 92nd minute. So I think they're going to be in trouble. Southampton, I don't know what you think, Mido. I think they're going to be in trouble this year.
To be honest with you, I mean, they've got a good team. They've got the team is more than good enough to stay up.
Ingsy didn't play though. Ingsy didn't play though.
How come?
He's on loan.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I
didn't know he was on loan. I thought they bought him.
Next year they buy him, but he's on loan and he scored like.
Why have they done that?
On loan with an option to buy next year.
But does that mean that Klopp may want him in his plans? Do you reckon?
I really don't think so. It's the same with Karius. He's done exactly the same. So.
Really, I'm surprised he didn't just get rid of him and cut his losses. You guys made money off that transfer.
Yeah, but it was deadline day. I think you couldn't really push for a permanent deal apart from a loan deal. But yeah, Southampton going to struggle. Liverpool 6 out of 6.
Looking sharp, man. Looking sharp. And you know what it is? You're not just winning games. You're looking convincing in the sense that you're firming it from the opposition, and you're not bottling it like before in the past against smaller teams. Particularly, you always used to come unstuck.
I feel like Klopp this year has gone for like a game management. We get 2-0. And then
have you noticed he's rested? His name's completely. I've completely lost his name.
Keita.
Yeah, he's rested Naby Keita for the last how many games?
Yeah, he's resting, but Keita, to be fair, hasn't really been great since the beginning of the season. He hasn't really had.
You don't think he's been prepping him for these upcoming fixtures?
I think
you've got 4 big fixtures coming up. Back
Fabinho as well.
So you've got Chelsea today, and then you've got Napoli.
Chelsea on Saturday as well.
And then you've got Napoli.
Then we've got Napoli. Then we've got City.
Yeah, you got some. That's 4 big fixtures.
It's a killer, mate. It's a killer. It's a killer. And if you had PSG in that rank from last week,
yes,
mate, it's a killer. It's a killer.
And you had Tottenham before that. So far so good. We'll wait and see. Yeah, no. Honestly, it's been a great start to the season for you guys. Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, do you think that's why he's been benching Naby? Has he been benching him, or has he been completely resting him? Naby Keita.
No, he's been on the bench. I don't think he's needed to. I mean, Milner has just been unreal.
Milner won. Wijnaldum
have been unreal, and he has been changing it. I know Saturday he played Shaqiri, and he changed formation. I spoke to you last year I said Liverpool looked good when Klopp uses formation. He used that Dortmund, the 4-2-3-1 system. He done that on Saturday, and he did it last year, the last game of the season against Brighton. So it's working. Shaqiri was sick for 45 minutes, and then he took him off. So obviously saving him for the Chelsea game tonight. 45 minutes.
Why?
Oh, no idea, mate.
Was he?
He wasn't injured or anything. The one who was injured,
played well.
He was man of the match. He got man of the match for 45 minutes. Says it all, really.
Damn.
Yeah, damn indeed, mate. Come on, you can't go wrong with 13 million in this day and age, isn't it? So.
But definitely, especially for a player like Shaqiri.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people said that he was lazy and stuff. Even I'm one to say that he's lazy, but I think Jurgen Klopp's always going to be.
Mate, he's been a workhorse.
The best out of his players.
For me, I thought he changed during the Leicester City game when he came on. Mate, he's chasing everything down. He just, mate, you got to take your chance. Sturridge did it against PSG. You got to take your chance.
At the end of the day, yeah, especially with Klopp. Look, Naby Keita came in, he killed it for a few games. And look, he's been benched. I mean, I thought the reason may have been he's resting him.
I think he's doing an Oxlade-Chamberlain from last year. Him and Fabinho. I think he's going to ease him slowly into the Premiership and into his system. I think that's what he's going to do. Because Chamberlain started on fire last year. Then he started on fire for like 2 games. Then he slid down, but then he came back with a bang before he unluckily got injured. So, but yeah, I mean, look, Liverpool looking good. We'll see what happens against Chelsea. It's their toughest test at Stamford Bridge. So we'll see how they get on.
Do you think that Klopp's going to take the League Cup seriously?
No. City had another training day with Cardiff, 5-0, toyed with them.
Mahrez came on and ripped it.
Yeah, Gundogan scored an absolute bet. Bernardo Silva was, mate, he looked quality. Absolutely sick. Ran the game, no David Silva. So if one Silva doesn't get it, the other will, I suppose. But it's just a routine for City, man. You know, What more can you say? 5-0, to be honest.
Yeah, they're looking solid.
So, Spurs 2-1, lucky against Brighton, I thought. In the last 5 minutes, I thought they were lucky, but I thought they were in cruise control. The penalty, there's been debate. For me, it was a penalty. I don't know why Glenn Murray had his hand up on that free kick, but Spurs back to winning ways. 2-1 they needed after what happened against Inter Milan, against Liverpool. So, Watford.
Do you think those last few fixtures have shown that Spurs are just not there yet in terms of where Liverpool and City are?
I think so. I mean,
and Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, look, mate, they lost 3 games in a row, 2-1, I think. Was Watford 2-1 as well?
I can't remember.
I think it's 3 games 2-1, but I look at the Liverpool game, mate. I mean, I did the show last week, and I was saying Liverpool could have scored 6 or 7, and Spurs only looked good when Lamela and Son came on.
Yeah,
but mate, I watched them against Inter. They looked so poor.
They were 1-0 up there for ages.
Mate, they were lucky to be ahead. It was a lucky goal, absolutely lucky goal. But then they showed again they just collapsed.
Who was the player that scored the screamer for Inter Milan?
Icardi.
No, it wasn't Icardi, was it?
Yeah, it was Icardi.
The half volley.
Yeah, it was Icardi. Icardi's a bad goal. He's quality. I don't know how he's at Inter, so full credit to Inter. I don't know how Chelsea didn't beat West Ham. I still can't figure it out. I think I looked at the stats. Chelsea had like 18 shots on goal. I really can't figure it out. But then the best chance came to Yarmolenko where he missed an absolute sitter.
You know, Chelsea kind of got West Ham at the wrong time.
They had them up.
Yeah, if they had them the first couple of fixtures or 3 fixtures.
Yeah, but they still dominated them. This is the thing. Chelsea still dominated. Chelsea should have won comfortably.
It's a good result for West Ham.
It's a good result for West Ham, but I think... But then when you look at the Yarmolenko chance, you think, is it 2 points dropped? He should have scored that, but at the end of the day, Chelsea have lost a 100% record, but they're still unbeaten. And they're still up there, and they're going under the radar. They've got Europa League coming up. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
I think they played in Greece, so maybe that's going to take its toll. But we'll wait and see with them. Arsenal-Everton. Again, how Arsenal won, I ain't got a clue. Just poor finishing from Everton. But Petr Cech was on fire. On fire. He kept him in the game up to half-time.
Still warrants his starting place for you?
Seeing a performance like that, it's hard to take him out. But Leno, I know, played in the Europa League game and he didn't look too bad from what I heard. I didn't see the game. I heard he done all right. But it's tough because I think when it comes to teams that press, so when they come up against a Liverpool, against the Man City who have big energy up front, they're going to struggle. Petr Cech will struggle and he will make mistakes, especially if he's getting closed down by Firmino who chase everything, by Sergio Aguero who chase everything. He's going to struggle. I think, like an Everton who don't press from the front, I think he was at ease with that. But Everton were ripping them apart in that first half. But it just shows that Arsenal aren't bottling games. They're winning ugly. They've done that for the last 3 games, I think.
And we've never really seen them do that in the last how many years?
No.
God knows how many years.
No, I think playing Lacazette, I said to you, playing Lacazette and Aubameyang is key to them. And they've been doing that for the last few weeks.
Mad goal from him, by the way.
Quality finish. But I still think Aubameyang's wasted on the wing. They should be more together, closer together.
Really?
Yeah, but again, he can't really play him as a winger, then say to him, drift inside with Lacazette, because that leaves a massive space on the left.
Yeah.
And whoever their left back is, whether it's Monreal or whoever, is going to get exposed, especially against City, against Liverpool, against a United, if you like.
I mean, to be fair to...
Tottenham even, as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Unai Emery, he's still kind of trying to figure this team out.
I think he's stabilised the club.
Do you think?
I think so. Well, Gazidis is gone. That was another issue that they had.
But in terms of the team, do you feel? I feel like he's still kind of experimenting, understanding the team, getting to know the players. Still, I mean, it's hard for a manager to come in and immediately yield results at a club like Arsenal.
Yeah, it's true. It's going
to take time.
It is going to be hard, but it seems like the players want to play for him again. That's the one thing that they didn't have with Wenger for that last year. So I think he stabilised the club, like the club in general. Obviously, he's got routines that he has, different training programs. But yeah, I mean, they've won again, so, full credit to them. Before getting to United, we're going to Ball of the Week.
I know he wasn't playing... I know he didn't play that long or that much, but I thought Riyad Mahrez was quality for City in that second half.
He gave him more energy, didn't they? He gave him a bit more energy when they started to get
It's the first time I've really seen him step it up for City as well this season.
Mate, 2 quality finish. Took him well. He did take him well. And that's scary to think a guy from the bench can do that as well. So Riyad Mahrez, Ball of the Week. Shocker of the week, easy for me. It's got to be Mamadou Sakho's missed header from 2 yards, where the goalie was not even in the goal. How he missed that to get the 3 points, I can't work out. 50p. It's no more than that. It's ridiculous. We'll put a picture of it, mate. Shock! I can't believe how a professional can miss that. All you have to do is just knock it in, or even take a touch. No, I don't know.
It's one of those things that's going to haunt him now for the rest of the season.
It is. But I got a big love for Mido. Loved him at Liverpool, so I got big love for him. But I'm afraid it's got to be shock of the week. Premier League fantasy football player for week 7. I think a Man City player.
Who have Chelsea got next fixture?
Liverpool.
I kind of want to see how Chelsea do. Hazard's not even starting. I was thinking Hazard only because I know that he was on fire before that West Ham game. So I don't know. Who would you give it to?
Me personally, I'll go for a City player. I'm not going to go for Aguero again. I think I'm going to go for either Bernardo Silva or David Silva. I think it's one of the Silvers. I think one of them would just run the show.
What about Tottenham's next fixture?
Tottenham are away at Huddersfield. Arsenal are at home to Watford. I think City have got the easy game. And United are away at West Ham. I think one of the Silvers. I think they'll just get an assist and a goal. One of them.
I'm going to say Aguero.
Hat-trick.
It's hard to kind of bet against him, isn't it?
He's back to scoring. He did score, didn't he? He's back to score 2 goals.
So I'll say 2 goals, Aguero.
Captain?
Yeah.
Treble captain?
Nah.
Too early, isn't it?
Too early, man.
So we'll go with Sergio Aguero again. Boring. Mido playing it safe, but it is what it is.
Has to be done, mate.
Right, the last game of the week was United Wolves, and obviously we're going to be talking about United. We'll start off. Nice goal from Fred. Great layoff from Pogba.
Beautiful layoff from Pogba.
Martino with an absolutely world-class finish. David De Gea was rooted. Didn't even move. Last time I saw him not move was the Ronaldo free kick out of the World Cup.
And what about last night?
He wasn't playing.
Oh no, that was Romero. Yes, you're right. Yeah, he was rooted.
just to say, Harry Wilson's on loan from Liverpool.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway. Last time I say anything about that. But yeah, 1-0. Surely dropped points, but then lucky for it to be 1-0. Wolves were all over United. David De Gea saved United twice from what I saw.
To be honest with you, I think with
what is happening
with United right now, based on what I'm seeing, I feel like there's some sort of power struggle between Mourinho and Paul Pogba. I think that's taken all of the headlines at the moment, and it's taking attention away from what Mourinho is trying to do at Old Trafford.
But especially what happened this morning from Scott.
That was a very strange.
We were talking about it before we came on air. We were watching the videos back from training. Something ain't right at all, and it's going to have its effect on the team though.
End of the day, look, the way I see it is Pogba's there's obviously some sort of power struggle between Mourinho and Pogba.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that Mourinho is now picking up on the smallest things that he does just to try and make sure that he asserts his authority and makes it clear that he's still the main guy. So for me, the way I see it, one of them has to go by January. And as a fan, I personally want to keep Mourinho.
I was going to say, who would you? Who would you?
I back Mourinho.
Really?
Yeah, I back Mourinho. Because what reason do we really have to back Paul Pogba? What has he really shown United fans for him to become indispensable? Has he been world class consistently? He's had, to be honest with you, I can't even remember the last time he had a world class game. I've seen him have world class moments in games, but I feel like the guy has been completely overrated.
Why do you think that's because Mourinho's not using him right? You look at him for France, he's
doesn't
a
matter.
Different player.
To me, it doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, if you're a world class player, I've always said this. I think if you're a world class player, you can come in and fit into any system. At least not he. Okay, maybe like if you chucked in a Luka Modric right now at Old Trafford, he might not be as good as he is for Madrid, but he's definitely not going to be as bad as Paul Pogba is.
That would be my next question. If United were to sell Paul Pogba in January, which I know there's strong links with Barcelona, bear in mind Real Madrid still have not made that marquee signing since the Ronaldo departure, who would you bring in? Who do you think is gettable? Let me start with that.
Who's the lad from Lazio that we were linked to in the summer?
Oh, Savic. Milosevic.
Is it Milankovic?
Savic. But
I've only seen him play a few times. Huh?
He's in Serie A though.
That's the thing, we're linked to him though, aren't we? I'm just trying to be realistic.
I've watched him. He's a Fellaini. Most of his goals come from headers.
You see, I honestly don't really know who's the right player to come in and fill the space that Pogba's got at the moment. I'm just going based on what we're seeing in the news. Savic's name kept on coming up in the summer. It's hard to say, man. I mean, most of the players that play in that position that are world class are tied down to big clubs. What would you say?
For who's available and who's gettable, I'll probably look somewhere in Germany. Maybe a Thiago.
But will he come?
That's the thing.
Who wants to play for Mourinho right now?
But the thing is, they have brought in Goretzka, and he hasn't been getting much playing time. Or Saul Niguez down at Atletico.
Are these really players that are going to pick up United from the scruff and take him?
I mean, look, this is the thing. This is what I'm saying to you. The issue for me is, I think United will go places with Mourinho gone. And I've said this to you before. The reason why he's had tactically looks out of date. That's all I'm going to say. He looks out of date completely, like Arsene Wenger did. Sorry.
If I'm honest, man, my personal opinion is I feel like it's more to do with the players wanting to play for him.
Okay, but then I'll take it to the side. Last night, perfect example. There's no Paul Pogba. He's not even in there. Okay, I know something came out with Mourinho saying he's going to strip him off the captaincy. Those players look like they didn't want to play for Mourinho last night. Mate, they were in cruise control. Lukaku missed sitters. It's cruise control. But, mate, they folded. It's simple as that. How can you lose at home with all due respect to Derby? They're not exactly setting the championship alight. How can you lose at home to Derby? With that squad, it's a decent squad team that he had out. He had, what was it, Lingard, Mata and Lukaku up front.
Well, so you're saying that they do want to play for him?
I don't think they do.
Yeah. I mean, look at it this way.
Which says to me that that's surely got to be the end for a manager. It happened with Conte, just off the top of my head. Happened with Wenger. Happened with Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool.
I look at it. It's quite sad because I look at the old Mourinho that we saw when he first came to Premier League, and you had like Lampard talking about how the geezer was coming into the showers whilst he was like butt naked having a shower, telling him you're the best midfielder in the world. Like, he's lost that spark. He's definitely lost that spark and connection to his dressing room. I can't imagine him doing that to any of the United. Imagine Jesse Lingard come out. Yeah, let's say he had a good run of, like last season, he had a good run of games. Imagine he come out and said, Mourinho said that like, I'm the next best thing to come out of the UK, England. Like, and it's just like, you look at the way that Inter Milan players reacted when he left. Like, Materazzi was crying. Like, they were in pieces.
Yeah, that was just emotional. I think with the Champions League as well. That was just absolutely emotional with the journey that they went through.
Still, though, like Ibrahimovic come out and said that if there was ever any manager who I would die for, it would be him.
He didn't really do it for United, though, did he? It's easier to say that, but it's not like he did it. Let's be honest.
Who's that?
Ibra. He wanted to get the hell out of there. For me, I see Mourinho in this way, right? He changed football when he first came to the Premiership. Mm-hmm. Changed the Premiership the way the style was. But I feel like he hasn't evolved with football. Like, football's evolved. Let's be honest, it's much quicker. He stuck to his guns with how he was before. I know people say Real Madrid, he was killing it, he was doing this, he was doing that. Mate, you give me that squad.
Yeah, he had a great team.
I'll do bits with that squad.
Yeah, he had a great team.
Inter Milan. Juventus were relegated into the Serie B, for crying out loud, as well. When they were smashing it when he took over. You know what I mean?
He still won the Champions League, though.
Mate, I know he won the Champions League. Listen, he won the Champions League. Mate, you can't take anything away from him. Like, his CV speaks for itself, what he's won. But right now, the last 2-3 years, tactically, I think he just hasn't evolved. I think football's evolved ahead of him. He hasn't adjusted. I think it's his stubbornness. He's quite a stubborn guy. Like, he's proven it. I don't think he wants to change his managerial style. I mean, you look at the difference. You look at Pep Guardiola. I look at him here. I think tactically he can change it whenever he wants. He can manage games, run teams off the park. But then I look at United, they just game manage for like 90 minutes. And you're going to get picked off. For me, I think United need to be careful like it doesn't collapse, because I know there's an issue between Mourinho and Woodward. I know there was that plane, didn't it? Was it the Burnley game? Where there was that plane that went over?
I can't remember which game, to be honest.
Mate, I think there's more to it than just United, more than Mourinho and Pogba, man.
When you look at it that deep, it's hard to say what really is going on in the background, because how much do we ever really know until after it's happened? At the moment, to be honest with you, it should all be irrelevant. It should just be about trying to fix the team and fix the results. The club should be getting behind Mourinho get rid of all that noise for him and just let him concentrate on the team. And in my eyes, if they want to back him, then if Mourinho turns around and says, listen, January, Pogba's got to be out, then they have to listen. They have to help him and do that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Mean, at the end of the day,
it
could be him that's the catalyst in the dressing room that's causing the others to not want to play for him.
Well, he's big personality, isn't he? It's like what happened Conte with Diego Costa. Massive personality. And David Luiz, big personalities.
And Willian as well.
And Willian lost them, and that's what happened.
This is the dressing room. I mean, it's for me, I want to stick with Mourinho because I do believe in his CV. I do believe in him as a manager. I don't want to act rash. I don't want to like be that club again that's bouncing from manager to manager. So if we've got to get rid of someone, it's got to be Pogba. Let's just see how the season pans out. And end of the day, we're still. I mean, it's not like we're completely out of the title race. I know it's still very early days. You never know. Like anything could happen. There could be a switch where he decides to stop playing Pogba, and for the rest of the season, we might bring it back. We're still in the Champions League. We're obviously Champions League. Still in the FA Cup.
Pogba won you that game, by the way. Champions League. It's young boys. He scored 2 goals and set up one, and you won 3-0.
But that's what I always say about Paul Pogba. He can have great games, and then but like every 4 games he'll have a great game.
Yeah, it's consistency, isn't it?
It is. His consistency is so poor.
Do you know what? I'll look at this as a Liverpool fan. I'm loving it. United situation.
Oh yeah, of course.
Reason being, the amount of stick Liverpool fans have had from United is ridiculous.
But let me remind you of one stat.
Go on.
The last 5 years have probably been the worst that United have seen for the last 2 decades. Would you agree? The last 5 years have been our worst.
Yeah.
In terms of the way we've been performing and winning and stuff. In those last 5 years, we've won more trophies than Liverpool. Not only have we won more trophies than Liverpool, we won 4 more trophies than Liverpool.
I know, but the thing is, it's true.
FA Cup, Europa League, Charity Shield, League Cup.
Yeah, mate, you can't take the facts away. That's true. But the thing is...
But that's so the expectation of United.
It is. But again, I look at it this way. The 4 or 5 years, Liverpool are rebuilding.
Yeah.
But I
mean, I'm just giving a neutral overview.
It is, mate. It's true because you think about it. United are the most successful British club ever in history. You know what I mean? So obviously they've set the standard high, and they've set the bar high. And I think this is why I think this year it's come out more because I personally, from speaking to some other United fans, they don't believe. I spoke to one fan during the weekend. He said he doesn't think United will get top 4 and he doesn't think they'll win anything this year. It might be due to Man City strengthening, Liverpool strengthening, and Chelsea having the start they've had. And I feel like United are starting to feel the pressure. I feel like United fans see themselves as what Liverpool did for the last couple of years, challenging Tottenham and Arsenal and Chelsea last year for the last top 4.
Yeah.
And I see that. Do you see what I mean? And I feel like that's what most United fans are looking at this year.
We're moving away from being like a competitive
top
team.
2, 3, first, second, or third.
No, I agree.
There.
In the league has been shocking for us. Even in these last 5 years, we've made no steps. Like last year was our best year since Fergie left in the league, and we were still miles off of the league.
But that's a rampant City.
I know, of course,
that's probably the best Premier League team we've ever seen.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean that's the pressure that comes with being at United. If Klopp hasn't won any trophies with Liverpool yet, but he's still under no pressure, so it just shows there's a difference between.
I'll say this: I'm like probably the most neutral Liverpool fan guy. It's because the club hasn't got a winning mentality. I've said that.
I disagree with that. I think it's more to do with the fact that you guys haven't been accustomed to regular success over the last 20 years. Now for him to come here and play this brand of football.
We've had a league under Klopp. We've had a League Cup final and Europa League final. We've bottled both.
Agree, that's true. But
and the Champions League final. Sorry, forgot about the Champions League final. We bottled both. Yeah, like all 3. Sorry, I feel like. You know, you were saying to me about Klopp taking the League Cup serious. Right now, I think he should just scrap the League Cup.
I literally was talking to Naeem earlier about the League Cup, and I said to him, I'm kind of part of me is kind of glad that United are out.
Mate, you don't need it.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. Like United, Liverpool, City. Well, City can. They've got like 3 squads that would destroy anyone. Mate, you don't need it. It's an extra game during the week. Like, you don't need it. Oh, come on, man. You're playing like... Yeah, let Arsenal win it. Let them win it.
Yeah. I mean, they were a team in a rut.
And Tottenham, let them win it.
Whether United fans like to hear this or not, we're a team that's struggling. And really, the 3 competitions that you get judged on are the FA Cup, the Champions League, and the Premier League.
Mate, I'm surprised how calm you are with everything that's going on with that club, honestly. If it was Liverpool, I'll be absolutely ripping left, right and centre.
I've got to believe, man. Got to stay believing.
Well, yeah, if you don't believe, what else have you got, innit? But, mate, I think the United players need to have a hard look at themselves, not just Pogba. I think everyone does, if I'm honest. Lukaku needs some shooting practice from what I've seen.
Don't even get me started on Lukaku.
Sanchez, did you really buy a player from Arsenal? I think Arsenal got a better deal out of that.
To be honest with you, I think we just bought him so that City couldn't.
Yeah, I agree with that and give him more money. I agree with that. Yeah, I think you're spot on with that. I don't think he's needed. He doesn't suit the system.
Yeah.
He don't suit Mourinho. He's not a Mourinho player. He's an attacker who likes to just do what he wants and be the man. And I think that's what he struggled with.
He would have thrived at City.
See, would he?
I reckon he would have. I reckon he would have. I think he...
I don't think he'll even play. You're going to play him ahead of Aguero and Sané and Sterling and
it's hard to say, man. Like, he would have come in...
It's hindsight, but...
I mean, Guardiola's definitely a fan. Brought him to Barcelona as well. I know, obviously, he left
Didn't
after.
last long.
But still, man. Like,
he brought him as a squad player, though.
Alexi in the Premier League, in that City team. Forget what you've seen these past however many months at Man United. I know he was slowly on the decline at Arsenal, but that was more to do with the fact that he didn't want to be there anymore.
He didn't want to be there, did he?
So, I mean, I don't know. I personally think he would have
I'll be honest.
Tore it up.
I'm thinking about it now as we're talking. I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone to United thinking, yeah, I'm going to win trophies. Seen the mess that United are in and gone, screw it.
What do you mean, screw it?
He's seen the mess that United are in.
Screw it. There's no point.
Yeah, it's all over the bloody place. What's the point of me? What have I done to myself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess sometimes you could get that mentality. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. You never know how a player thinks. He's obviously, if he's gone for trophies like he says he has, money as well, he's looked at that and gone, City have strengthened and all that. So, but look, United, what's your verdict from now till Christmas?
Pogba goes. Pogba leaves. I still think that we won't. I don't think we'll fall apart. We'll still be in and around the top 5. By the end of Christmas, I think we'll be in and around the top 5. Hopefully, not too many points dropped, but we'll be there. Well, I think we'll still be within touching distance of City, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Big game against West Ham Saturday.
Difficult game.
Midday.
Is it away?
Well. It's away.
Very difficult game. West Ham on the up
as well.
Yeah.
But mate, it's games like this. I wouldn't be surprised if United turned around and won 3-1.
That's the thing. You never know. Sometimes.
If I'm honest,
you never know.
I was slating Lukaku for his shooting. I wouldn't be surprised if he not she's in a hat trick, 2 absolute bangers, and then out of a miracle after what happened this week, Pogba turns up. I know it's football, you don't know, but the signs ain't great, are they, at the moment? So I think that would be big. I want to put it on you now. United lose. You still stick with Jose?
What, against West Ham? Of course, 100%. It's gonna.
Okay.
I don't think we should get rid of him. Listen, the only way we get rid of Mourinho is if we lose 4 or 5 games on the trot, and we're looking like there is no way out of us losing rut. Like, if I'm talking the same thing that happened at Chelsea.
As a United fan, from what you've seen,
that's when I felt like he spiraled out of control.
But as a United fan, though, are you happy with the playing style that you said?
No, 100%. But I'm not happy with it at all. But I just want to. I still believe that Mourinho can turn it around. I have to. Otherwise, who else are we going to turn to? So I feel like he needs more time this season. See how it goes. I just don't think we should be making any rash decisions. So yeah, let's see how he gets on until the end of the season, and we can revise it then.
So yeah, thanks for joining us for the United Fan Talk today. It's our first episode doing the Fan Talk, and there's going to be plenty more coming up throughout the season where we focus on one team and see how they're getting on during the season within the top 6. So any fans out there that want us to talk about, mention, or even for them to come on and say, feel free. Obviously, get in contact, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and just message us, and we'll see what we can do and what we can cover. So, thanks for joining us. Welcome back, bruv.
Nice one. Cheers,
Welcome
man.
back. Well, sorry, it's a bit of a damper this week, but like I said, you missed all the high stuff. If you were here the last week and the week before, instead of living the high life, it would have been a good chat, but
high life.
The high life. The high life. The high life. But look, it is what it is. So we'll see you again on week 7.
Nice
Good one. Peace.